Los Angeles in the 1940s, a city of contrasts. To some, it was a land of opportunity, a beacon of light shining on the West Coast, a place where dreams could come true under the golden sun and beneath the glamorous lights of Hollywood. But for others, it was something different, a landscape where shadows stretched long across the pavement and darkness lingered beneath the surface. This was a city where fortunes were made and lost, and for some, the streets of Los Angeles would lead not to fame, but to their end. Elizabeth Short was one of those dreamers. Born in Boston in 1924, Elizabeth, or Beth, as she was known to her friends, carried the hopes of a small-town girl seeking the promise of stardom in the big city. She was beautiful, with raven black hair and striking blue eyes. But more than that, Elizabeth had a presence, an air of mystery, of quiet elegance that seemed to draw people to her. Like many, she came to Los Angeles with ambitions of becoming an actress, hoping that her name might one day be etched in lights. Beth's beauty made her unforgettable to those who met her, but behind the glamour lay a different reality. Elizabeth Short lived a life far from the riches and luxuries she dreamed of. She moved from place to place, often relying on friends, acquaintances, and strangers to give her a place to stay. Her search for fame led her into the smoky jazz clubs and underbelly of Los Angeles nightlife, where she drifted from social circles of aspiring actors to the company of men with questionable intentions. Elizabeth's final days were filled with uncertainty. By early January 1947, she had been seen frequenting clubs and bars, meeting with friends and companions, but her path was anything but steady. On the evening of January 9th, she was spotted at the Biltmore Hotel in downtown Los Angeles. Witnesses claimed she was waiting for someone, but whoever that person was, they would remain a mystery. After that night, Elizabeth Short disappeared without a trace. No one could have guessed the horror that would follow just days later. On the cold morning of January 15, 1947, the unimaginable was uncovered. In a desolate lot near Leimert Park, a woman and her daughter stumbled upon what they believed to be a discarded mannequin. But as they drew closer, the truth revealed itself in gruesome detail. The body of Elizabeth Short lay severed in half, carefully posed and fully exposed. The scene sent shockwaves through the city. Elizabeth's face had been mutilated, slashed from ear to ear in a grotesque smile known as a Glasgow grin. Her body had been drained of blood, and yet not a single drop was found at the crime scene. It was clear this was not the location of her murder. What haunted detectives most was the precision of the crime. Elizabeth's body had been bisected at the waist, an act that suggested skill, knowledge of anatomy, or even surgical expertise. The brutality was chilling, yet the care taken to pose her body pointed to something more sinister, a killer who wanted his work to be seen. The Los Angeles Police Department quickly launched one of the most extensive manhunts in the city's history. Every clue was examined, every lead followed. Detectives worked tirelessly to piece together Elizabeth's final moments, desperate to track the killer before he could strike again. The investigation brought forward a parade of suspects. Among them was Dr. George Hodel, a wealthy physician with a dark reputation. Police considered him capable of the crime, but nothing definitive could link him to the murder. Others included nightclub owner Mark Hansen and Leslie Dillon, a bellhop with disturbingly intimate knowledge of the case. Yet despite the relentless search, no charges were ever filed. To this day, the murder of Elizabeth Short, the Black Dahlia, remains one of the most chilling unsolved crimes in American history. Though decades have passed, her name lingers, and the haunting smile of the Black Dahlia endures, forever etched into the dark corners of Los Angeles.